Eagles is no turnover. Hands FGCU.
Well, first I'd like to compliment Jacksonville. They are an aggressive team. They're an attacking team. I thought they played very well, and in the second half they just kept coming at us. We were just able to hold them off and make a couple free throws at the end.
Whitney, can you talk about the last 5 minutes of the first half? I believe you scored 16 of your team's 18 points, and then on the other two, you had a pass to Sarah for the hoop.
Well, my teammates were finding me open. Like, I was open, so I was able to knock down a couple shots. And I was able to get going, and then I was just cutting and getting, like, open shots. And I was able to make them. Hanson was making good cuts, and I was able to pass her the ball, and she was able to score. That's pretty much it. I think it gave us a good lift going into halftime.
Sarah, when you're watching that performance the last 5 minutes, it was like she took over the game, wasn't it?
I mean, I wasn't really watching it. I was playing with her. When Whitney's open, she can knock down shots at a high percentage when she gets to her finish. Coach has been saying it all season, or since the beginning of the year. When she gets to her finish, she can knock shots down at a higher percentage than, just about anybody. And she was open, she was getting to her finish, and she was just hitting them. And obviously, it gave us a lift defensively. It got us going. It got our offense jump started. So it was big for us to just get going. I wouldn't necessarily say. I think the fact that Whitney was hitting her shots, she started to come around and hit him. It got her into the game with blocks wise. Like, she had that huge block in the just at the end, and so I think it really got her pumped up to that effect. But I think just the fact that we started going and we started getting points really got us going, really got us motivated as a team to play defense and finish the half.
Coach, when's the last time you saw a stretch like that dominant on both sides of the floor? Because not only was she hitting the shots, defensively she was awesome too.
The last 5 minutes of the half, you can always tell when Whitney's starting to, feel really good. She made a couple plays, and then, she gets in a little bit of a stance on offense. She starts to smile. The ball starts going like this, and she's going to be really tough to guard once it gets to that point. So, that was pretty impressive. And, I mean, it was really, she got it going, and they'd already used timeout, so it was hard for them to, use another timeout in the first half. So getting that big lead, we got it up to 15 with about a minute to go in the first half. I mean, we needed all of it because in the second half, I didn't think our offense executed very well. We didn't take the shots we normally take, and we were a little bit tentative instead of attacking, and then rebounded as well.
Hey, Coach, is there a downside to having the player be that dominant in one half? So then when the second half starts, it seemed, I could be wrong, that it was trouble getting back into the offense. Is there a downside to that?
Well, I don't see a downside. I'd like her to do stuff like that, so everybody else knows what to play. We're just a little tentative. I mean, they were switching up defenses on us a little bit, trying to confuse us, and unfortunately it was taking us too long to get into offense. We got to the point where, like, hey, we're running this regardless of whatever defense they're in, but we had a lot of kids, staring at the ball, seeing what the ball is going to do instead of reading their man and getting open. There's a lot of opportunities out there to cut and score, but we're too busy just staring at the ball, and once you stare at the ball, your defender is going to be staring at the ball, and now instead of a layup, you're shooting 15-foot jump shots, or you're having to shoot runners instead of uncontested shots. So we had too many people just watching the kid with the ball in the second half, and instead of everybody working to create shots.
Sir, what do you think about this win? Is it, good that you're able to win when you get, I don't think you hit a field goal the final 7 minutes, or is it a bad thing that you didn't hit a field goal the final 7 minutes?
I mean, a win is always a good thing. It just matters really how we react to the win. Obviously, we know we have a lot to learn from the end of the first half. When we came out and we played strong, we went on a huge run against them, and we know we can be that team. And then we also know that when we're not that team, it gives any team the opportunity to come back and be able to play with us. So I think we really just need to learn from it. It's great to get a win. It's great to get a win against a good team. They're 5-0. They're doing something right. They're a great team. They hustle. But I think we just need to learn from it, and we need to realize that we can't just be that last 5 minute of the first half team for 5 minutes of the first half. We have to carry that over. We have to be able to carry it over 40 minutes every night.
I think you scored half your team's points in the second half. What were just some of your observations from watching the offense trying to operate in the second half?
They were playing a zone, and the way they played it, their middle girl had to cover a lot of area, and we knew that we could get behind her head. And I was playing behind the zone, so I was just trying to get behind. And my teammates made good passes. They flashed hard to the middle, were able to get the ball, and they were able to get the middle girl out. So I think that really had a lot to do with it. It was really, when I scored, it was because we were playing together, and we were finding open people. And I just so happened to be the open person.
What do you think about your team's defense in the second half and all the season? It seems like you guys really get going when your defense is kind of leading the charge.
We always talk about defense and how defense it creates. Like if we get stops, we get I think we get more into the game, and then our offense comes and it flows more. I think we knew that we wanted to come out and get stops so we could eventually win the game. So that's what we really focused on: defense, getting defensive stops, having our hands up, helping each other out, and rebounding the basketball.
Whitney, you got the school record for blocks tonight. First off, how great does that feel? And second off, how much do you see your commitment to that defense really paying off?
I guess that's cool. I guess that's pretty nice. I guess I was lucky. I didn't get any. I didn't swat as much as I usually do. When I get fouls called. So I've been trying to work on that. So I guess that showed a little bit. I was trying to help my teammates as much as I could. If they got beat, I was trying to be in the right spots and be able to make deflections on the ball if it was them passing or just shooting. So that's pretty much it.
How's that conditioning coming for you as the season goes on? I ask it every game, but it seems like it's getting better.
Yeah, it's getting better. I didn't get too winded. I haven't been getting too tired lately, so it's definitely getting better.
How many minutes did she have tonight?
34.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fair, after kind of a sluggish offensive night for the whole team, I mean, how do you grade where you guys are at right now, and what do you need to do offensively going into the rest of the conference play?
I think we need to be able to focus on getting into our offense quickly. There were a lot of times where for the first 10 or so seconds on the shot clock, we were just standing around looking at each other, and obviously that's not going to help any offense out. So we need to be able to recognize what we're in and communicate it. I think a lot of times it had to do with people weren't sure what they were in, what defense they were in, maybe because they switched up defenses. So we need to be able to communicate and get people into things quickly. And I think once we start to do that, and once we start to get into actions and everything, then I think it's going to greatly improve our offense.
Coach, do you see any letdown after a game like tonight where this was a battle for first place?
Well, we haven't still tonight. I mean, we'll see tomorrow when we go into our preparation for tomorrow if we have the same seriousness about our preparation. I thought our kids did a good job going with a game plan, and they were pretty focused on this. I think once they saw Jacksonville on tape, they knew that this team is, sometimes teams start off 5-0 and you're not sure about them, but this is a team that is going to be heard from yet. I mean, they're a good team, and they're going to be right at the top of the A-Sun, and they're going to be battling to the end. And I thought we did a good job with our preparation, but we know how important preparation is to us every game. So when we come in tomorrow, this game's over. We got to get ready to make sure that we're as prepared for our next game as we were this game.
Sarah, how big is it going to be to get this one Saturday? Because obviously you've got 4 straight road games coming up right after that.
Any game in this conference, any win you can get is a huge win. We know that the teams in our conference play. Any team can beat any other team on any given night. So we just have to focus on the game at hand and be able to take it seriously. Every night we go out, we step on the court, we get the other team's best game. Every team wants to beat us. Like, they're shooting for us since we've been such a dominant factor in the A-Sun. So we know that we're going to get a team that's going to play more intense. We know that we're going to get a team that's going to play more with more drive, and they're going to want to win. So we know that we have to stay focused, and we know that we can't take nights off. We can't come from a night where we have all the energy and we're playing for the first place in conference to letting down when we come in Saturday, because we know one game is a huge slip-up. One game and we're right back tied. So I think we know that where we need to be coming into Saturday. It's just a matter of being able to get there and focus tomorrow at practice.
Hey, Coach, can you talk about Katie's play? She seemed to be really hustling. Well, she always hustles, but today she made some big defensive stops.
Katie has picked it up. I mean, I thought last year she was a really good hustle player and gave us, great minutes. And at the beginning of this year, for whatever reason, didn't quite have the same energy out there. Maybe discouraged because she wasn't playing quite as much. I don't want to speak for her. I don't know if that was it, but the last 4 or 5 games maybe, she's been a different player. I mean, she comes in and she's sprinting, she's playing defense, she's going after the rebound, she's being who we want her to be. I mean, she's embraced her role a lot more, and the 13 minutes that she gave us were 13 really good minutes, and that makes a difference when we're sitting Sarah down for a little bit and we sit Whitney down for a little bit, to know that we can go somebody and we're going to get a spark defensively, a spark in rebounding, and our conversion's going to be our conversion's going to pick up because she's going to take off to the other end of the floor. So she's been a good lift for us off the bench, has been playing a lot better, and hopefully it continues.